We're back in the room.
We're here. Oh,
We're returned.
I've become a chair.
You are chair. You
I
are
am.
one with chair.
I am one with this chair.
You are melded forever.
Mel,
my
you
God.
barely left the chair. I mean, we all kind of chair bound.
What? You guys have...
No, Hamish did a lot of work.
Oh, come
I did
on.
nothing.
You're like,
Trip did somewhere in the middle.
I edited for 2 days. It was pretty chair bound.
Wait, you didn't edit for 2 days. You went, I'm going to put 2 hours today. I'm going to do 2 hours tomorrow. Oh,
I spent longer than that on it. It was
anyway, team effort, boys.
Yeah. We all put our
Team effort.
Simon's the one that sat down for 5 minutes and recorded his audio and then never did anything again.
And then got it wrong. I offered to redo it and you were like, no, don't.
I liked your audio. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we just released our spoiler. So
yeah,
we did. Well, actually, I guess it's not just now. If you haven't seen it, go on Push to Point YouTube, search for Shadow Peach, and you'll find it. It's a great name.
Yeah, you may have seen the card, but not seen the video. I would encourage you to go and watch the video because Hamish and Trip put a lot of effort in. I put a little.
And
bit of effort in.
Sean did
a great job with subtitle.
We all did. You all did amazing work. If it wasn't for
Push the Point voice acting debuts.
Yeah,
I really like.
And finale, I would add. I'm joking.
I really like this one because we were all involved.
Yeah,
this is the first time we've all had our voices on a video. This is our third spoiler. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
A preview.
It's actually our third spoiler. That's actually wild. And we all got to do a voice, which was fantastic. But yeah, check it out on the channel. We won't talk about it too much because you should go watch it instead.
Yeah,
but
so
it was a lot of fun.
It was. Let's home news this though, and then we can jump back because we've got to.
Can I just say before we go to home news?
Oh, here we go.
Can we just say?
Can we just
No. I had a genuine question.
Oh, okay, go.
So I was asked today, do we get any direction from LSS on the spoiler or the card? And the answer is obviously no. We get the card, and then Hamish and Trip go off and do some crazy creative thinking and say, I wonder, like, if we could do this or this. And then Trip basically comes up with a script around some ideas that we've had around the card. So Hamish noticed on the art that the Shadowpede had what looked like human arms and legs.
I don't think I did on this occasion.
I think that was me.
Was that you? And Trip ran off and made it into a script.
Once we realised that, then the ideas started to flow in.
Yeah.
Hamish was talking about like a bunch of knights, like fighting this creature, kind of taking it back to the story we told in the first spoiler, and a little similar in nature to what we told in the second spoiler.
Yeah, I was just giving off more directions on music and the feel of what I'm getting audio wise, and I basically turned around and sent these guys the video clip of the eclipse in Berserk, and just had this complete vibe of like this is what terror of monsters eating knights is literally like in its best form.
Brutal.
It is not nice, and this is what we want to try and portray. And then
all I could hear in my head when I saw the card was just like the clicking of the legs and the feet.
Yeah,
and,
you said
and
that,
and
I was like,
you were like, yeah, and Hamish was like, "Get out of my head."
Yeah, and then I actually sent the clicking noise on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So that's it. Basically, this whole thing is here's a photo, and then we just then got to.
I just want to make people realize that process of going from here's the card to here is the story basically took about 20 minutes, if that 15 minutes. Like we were like,
here are the ideas, editing.
No, not the script. I'm talking more about like, we were like, here's the card. What's the story of this card? And we basically had all the story beats by, like we were like, yeah, knights, blah blah. They're getting eaten by this creature. It's taking their limbs, etc., etc. And then the script doesn't obviously end up being like point for point, but that's what we've got in the back of our heads when we're doing the voices and the audio and all that. But
this was our quickest turnaround yet as well. Like this was 7 days,
didn't it? If you listen to the last episode of the podcast, you would have heard us saying we don't have a spoiler, and that was true. When we recorded on Monday, we did not have a spoiler, and I don't know what the turnaround was, but it was okay. Like I think LSS probably did us a favor, made us condense our working process a bit.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't.
We did have other commitments, and I think
they didn't do me a favor.
Lean methodology, gents. Lean methodology.
Do you want to talk about that as your home news? Because I guess that's been part of your home. I guess it's been
nothing
part
else
of my home as well.
Yeah,
so like we can.
So
Okay,
home
give
news.
us the intro.
Home news. Okay, so my home news is I've officially grown chair legs out my ass because I am now a chair.
He is now the shadow pede.
I am now the shadow chair. So yeah, the email came through Friday. We got the spoiler, and attached to the spoiler was a little cool bit from Alex saying, "Hey, really liked your audio work from the last spoiler. I really the vibe that the woman who played it, that was Kate, Tripp's wife, and the sound effects that you used. Do you want to have a crack at Vincent?" My reply was yes. So that was that. And then Monday, I get the reply, "Yeah, that'd be cool. We would love to really work with it, and we can set up a meeting." Reply back, "When do you want this by?" "Thursday." Woohoo!
3 days.
And he did say, "I understand the tight levels of what you're," and I was like, "Yeah." And while we had a meeting then on Tuesday where me, Kate, and Alex all met up to talk about the storyboard, the script, the feel, the direction. Kind of, I feel like I've just been doing it again. And in my head, I went, well, this is going to be easier, right? Because they're going to give us storyboards. So I don't have to think of a script. They're basically going to tell us what they want, right? And I'll just do it. And it turned into a bit of, well, here's the storyboard, here's the script, blah, blah, blah. But, have a go, have a play. And I was like, oh, no.
There's some ambiguity there.
It was just to have fun, as long as you're sticking within the thing, have some fun with it. And it was, for me, there's so many directions you can go on certain, there's so many different feels and vibes and bounces and stuff. So, yeah, it was, while I was actually having that meeting, I was still editing our spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of really got that wrapped up. And Monday was actually anxiety-inducing stress when it came to dinner time, because I spent 6 hours on doing it and not liking it, which is awful because the script was solid, the vibe was solid, what we want is solid, but I just couldn't seem to get it over the line on it just sounding bare. And then all of a sudden I found the fighting. You hear the fighting music in the.
This was for our spoiler.
Yeah,
right?
this was
not
for our
the,
spoiler. Yeah. I know.
Promo,
I'm not talking about the promo. Sorry, but when that dropped, and I just went, okay, I need to have something, and I put that in, and then all of a sudden, it just came to life, and then I'm hearing people going ah, and then like some sounded like some skin and muscle was being stretched and stuff. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And I was like, well, that's brilliant because I can now just put some and make these sort of background stuff going. What's going on,
Simon? Simon's just
knocked over a drink on my desk.
Simon's knocked a drink. He's so keen to get to the drink part of the podcast. He's knocked his beer over.
Has he knocked his beer over?
No.
Oh.
Knocked over water. Oh, one sec.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. Should we leave this in? I quite like this bit.
Oh, no, this is definitely staying in.
While Simon's there, Hamish, what did I say to you? Which was, something will happen and you'll be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done. And it was like, you get lost, don't you, when you're doing something creative and you're just like, oh, I can't make it work.
You don't need to see me clear up one
It's
sec.
like, I can't find the thing.
No, Simon!
No, don't do that!
It's messed up everything.
That's the worst thing you could have done.
I'm not Simon. Oh, there we go. Yeah. The worst thing that can possibly happen is when you've got too much good ideas. And then it ends up becoming kind of nothing. Like, I've got a vision, and then it's the expectation. The expectation soon, and the vision start to merge together, where the vision starts to come down a little bit to meet the expectations, but you push the expectations to meet the vision. And what was upsetting me was that I was not meeting the expectations.
Yeah.
And then it just did. Anyway, and then and then I spent what I thought was going to be half the time turned out to be double the time on this Vincent one. But then I also had extremely high expectations of myself to deliver something really good. And it also didn't help that I spent the whole day on Wednesday, had this complete take, sent it to them, and then they come back and went, not really sold on the take of the voice. And I was like, oh no. So then I just double timed on the Thursday.
Because Kate produced like multiple
7
takes for you, right? Yeah. So she produced basically every way you could take the voice, and you went with one of those choices.
It was my fault,
but it wasn't what they wanted.
Yeah,
they didn't want that voice.
It was my So Kate did.
So Kate was great. She was like, I don't. I
like
it how you sat there.
Went, I just want to be really clear, Hamish. It's not Kate that screwed up here. It was you. And I was like, yes. I just was going to let me finish. It was me. I picked the wrong version, but it was pretty good. It was the one that
I liked your original version. Yeah, I really did.
Which no one will ever know.
And but you know, that's what it's like. And fortunately, it was like you still had lots of material to choose from. I guess it was also they did they hear the other voices?
So in the end, so what happened was I said, so instead of me working out what you want in your head, which there is many takes that I think that could work in that, here's all the takes. And then he kindly spliced the ones that he liked together in a rough format and went, here you go. And I went, I'll just use that. So, and it was really good. And he never asked for the Levia scream part. That was never in the script. That was just me going, well, I think this bit looks really, really good. So I just went for it. And then sent it, and then he went, "Oh, I quite like that," and it stayed in, and it was really cool. And that was my home news.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And one of my sunflowers popped. There you go.
That's Garden's Corner.
Oh, sorry, yeah, that's another time. All right, go on, Simon. Your home news is that you spilt water.
Oh, jeez, that was just such a bad idea. Like
spilling water on your desk,
my son's nursery photos are right there, so they got wet. We had a card bought. We had a new home card bought for someone that's now wet.
Oh no!
So I'm in trouble now.
You're in trouble. Is Nikki know yet?
She's probably hearing this right now from upstairs. So that was fun. Thanks everyone. Thanks for witnessing the cleanup process there.
That's all right. We talked through it. So
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
We're waiting for your home news now, Simon. Come on, get back in the game.
My home news. I was on call this weekend for work, and my home news was that because my family had gone away while I was on call, they'd gone camping. The next day I had nothing to do, so I got into a game called Hades, which Trip sent me a recommendation for, and it's actually quite addictive. I quite like it. So that's good. What else is in home news? That's about it. I'm growing tons of courgettes to bring it back to Gardener's Corner.
I think should we just merge Gardener's Corner and home news? I feel like we do a lot of gardening these days, don't we?
Okay.
I've trimmed back my pumpkin plant and I've got loads of courgettes.
I've topped up the soil because it was, for some reason, I think soil just starts to melt somewhere. And so I had to top that back up.
It does disappear, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And then the roots are showing.
Weathering.
Yeah, so I topped up the soil. What about you, Trip?
Yeah, so I've actually been up to quite a lot of stuff recently. First, of course, is Hamish messaged about the gig for Kate, which was cool. That LSS heard her voice acting, because Kate's always done voice acting for me. Back when I was doing Findar's Library, she did Dory and the other one, Bolton's wife. A couple of others, Bolton's wife. We had Kate do the voice, and it was just really cool to know that LSS liked Kate's voice acting work that she'd done for us, and also that they clearly were engaging so much with our last spoiler that they were like, we really like this voice that you did, and the work that Hamish did on the audio side to bring out the demonic side of things. So it was just kind of a really cool opportunity for Kate. She doesn't play the game, but she really likes hearing about it, and the experience I've had with Flesh and Blood. So it was just really exciting to be able to work on something like that.
Were you living through Kate?
Yeah, well, I kind of
joking.
I mean, Kate's a professional, that's her job. So for her, it's a gig, but she was just really excited to have a gig with something that I have a close connection to, and it's obviously really cool for me because it's a direct connection to something that I'm interested in. And it's cool that she's the voice of Vincent. You must feel that, Hamish, because you're basically the voice of Levia. Because, well, you're the voice of Levia, whatever, consumed, Blasphemet Levia consumed, I guess. I'm guessing that's what that Levia is. So I don't know. But that's you have that claim to fame now. It's really cool that you can always be yeah, I am that Scream, and Kate can be yeah, I am that character, I guess. I tweeted that Vincent is my wife, and James White liked it, so I'm assuming that is confirmation that Vincent is now my wife, which is slightly terrifying because
wow.
I don't think I
How
can
do
handle
you get
Vincent.
James White? Right, you're not listening to this. I know you're not, right? But come on,
but
man. Why are you giving?
He doesn't look like you.
Why are you giving your sons likes? Right? He didn't do anything.
It's nepotism, isn't it? I did do something. I did. I don't know. Okay, on this bit, yeah. Hey,
you got the likes. I'm like, and then Trent just goes, "Look, I know her," and they're like, "Yay, everybody!"
I know her. She's my wife. It's not like a casual acquaintance.
Not your family.
Anyway, I do want to talk about home news because normally I don't get to say much, but I've actually been up to quite a lot recently. I went to a house party. I went to an amazing
Do you remember them, Simon?
Preston
No,
Village
really
Fate, my old primary school, Preston Fate. I sent these guys a picture. I won a coconut.
I just wanted to
say, that was random as hell. I was sitting there going,
my dad sadly did not win a coconut. Kate did not win a coconut, but I did. And then we rode a miniature steam train. Which was
they're the best though.
Yeah, they're cool.
The reason why I'm a little bit sleepy is because I've literally all day been digging holes did a volunteer day at work, and we literally dug holes for steps. We were putting steps in with proper things going into the ground. So we dug about a 8-inch hole, and it was pure clay. It was sticky clay, and we were digging through that all day. So I'm absolutely knackered.
That's not that bad. You try and dig in for a tree root.
Mate, there were tree roots as well.
Oh, okay.
You try digging through clay. It's
8-inch hole.
Did you
only dig 1 8?
No. So we dug about 2-inch deep trench. So about it's basically we're putting down 2x4 kind of steps. So we dug about a 2-inch trench, and then in that trench were 2 by 4 inches, 8-inch deep holes. So it's quite a small.
Someone's trying to work out if he should be impressed or not.
If you want to dig holes, mate, you're more than welcome to give it a go. But
I used to help my mate landscape.
To basically make sure the step doesn't move, because obviously people are walking up and down it. So it was basically like digging a hole for like a foundation, like a support.
Cool.
But it was all clay.
It was volunteering.
Yeah, it's volunteering. So but it was fun. We managed to do a few of them. But yeah, I feel like I've had a pretty busy weekend, and also
productive,
nice,
physically induced day.
Oh, and yeah, and I guess we were working on the spoilers as well. Got to write the script. I always enjoy writing. I want to shout out Sean just because
did a lot of work.
I really like the subtitles. When obviously it's really cool to see something you've written. Like when we did the last spoiler, I said how cool it was to have written something that was like a video, but then actually being able to see the words on the screen was pretty cool. I had to rush back from my parents on Sunday and I literally got in at 7:25, and I was like, get on the sofa, get the video up, and I hadn't seen the subtitles, and it was just super cool.
And it does help that poor Sean, is his first gig of being with me, because you may not have known, but we've been messaging, and we met up on Discord, and I was kind of being again a bit of a director.
It takes a while to see what Hamish's creative vision is.
No, he got it. But then Sean, originally there was colours in the words. Yeah. No.
That doesn't.
And then originally the words were really small and at the bottom. So I was like, no. This is what I want to see. And then once he got what I wanted to see, he then did it. And then
I would have wanted the subtitles at the bottom as well.
Would you?
Yeah, I did think that.
I felt like it detracted from the images on the screen.
That was the point. That's what I thought the point was. Anyway, we're not going to have this argument live.
No,
it's not an argument.
It's just really good. I agree.
I like
with
it how none of us actually knew. You're like, Hamish. You're the reason why I didn't like it.
We had to make a call, right?
He had to make a call. He had 2 hours. We were like, let's just go with this.
Yeah,
literally on the Sunday.
I would say you smashed it out of the park, mate. Don't worry.
At Sunday, 12 o'clock, the video was done, and then we went, right, we should really premiere this now. And we're like, oh, thank God, just in time.
I'm so glad I remembered to do the bloody thumbnail the night before.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, bloody hell.
I like that thumbnail though.
Right,
anyway, let's stop
enough
talk about
self-flagellation.
Yeah,
Hamish, what are you drinking?
Oh, thank God! Right. So, thank you, Dale Small, who brought this back.
He's not that small.
No, his name is Dale Small, and he is that small. So, he's brought me an Eisger craft lager. God, he brought me something he knew I couldn't pronounce. It's a Hebridean brewery, Loom Shed. I like that. Loom Shed, Loom and Doom Shed. So, yeah, he brought this back from somewhere in Scotland. There you go. Right. So, he brought this.
The Hebrides, maybe.
That's it.
Yeah. Hey.
I love this bit because you know. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Dale. He brought me that. What about you, Firebox Simon?
On the order, haven't you?
I remember you
had a water, didn't you? But you seem
Firebox. Why?
Oh, you had a water.
Yeah,
I did have a water.
Pictures of drinking it.
Yeah. Why Firebox? I'm confused.
Because you were talking about your little, very incredibly sad Firebox last episode about how your cards can only last half an hour in a blazing inferno.
Good job it's waterproof as well, really, isn't it?
Just in case I take it to the bath.
I've got a Brewdog Elvis juice.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
What about
which
you?
is a grapefruit infused IPA.
What about you?
6.5%.
Husband of Vincent.
Yeah, that's my official title now.
Yeah.
I got wine again. I've got red wine.
Oh, that's a good one though. That's a very full-bodied Portuguese one. Or maybe it's Italian.
Italian actually.
Yeah.
It's Montepulciano de Brusa or Bluso, not Brusa, whatever that means. But it's very tasty. Guy. I've already drunk it.
Winery is very good. Yeah.
I've been sneakily drinking it, even though we didn't even reach the segment. But I poured myself a new glass for the drink.
Just for you.
I think that's a wise move. Well done,
guys. Congratulations on another successful spoiler.
Hey.
Cheers to many more.
Cheers. Hopefully many more. Right. Today's topics are. We've done it. No one cares about spoilers anymore.
Simon, no, we have to ask Simon, what are we talking about today?
Right, Simon, what are we talking about today?
When Hamish decided to regale us pre-podcast with his tier list for levels of content, we thought, what's the lowest level of content?
You brought this up.
Why are you bringing this up? This is why are you bringing this up? It's like me saying about this one time that I actually almost crapped myself over the weekend. But why would I bring that up? Which I've just done. Anyway, wait, hang on. There's
right.
stuff we don't talk about.
I'm saying Hamish gave us a tier list of content levels, and I said I think we should do what's hot and what's not this week, which is, according to Hamish, probably the lowest level of content creation.
Right. So there's a serious disagreement here, Simon, because I did not say that at all. What you said was that what's hot, what's not is a tier list, and that's fundamentally untrue. It's what's hot, what's not.
I'm trying not to throw Hamish under the bus.
Well, you really are. You're almost like you're bringing me to the cliff.
Hamish said that tier lists were the lowest form of content.
Simon, you brought me. You basically said I don't want to push off this cliff. And you brought me to it. You went, look at this awesome cliff.
And Hamish said, "This is Sparta," and then kicked you off the cliff.
Yeah, that's you. And then you just shout, "Content is content."
That is our favorite phrase.
Yeah, content is content.
Okay,
content.
So is this whole? What's not? Can we just do this whole segment as it? Because I think maybe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well,
should we just get stuck into it, or do we want to do a few? Do we want to do any reflections on the new cards?
Well, no, that's part of what's hot, what's not.
Or do you think should we do let's do a longer what's hot, what's not, and we'll take a bit more time on the heroes than we normally do, and we just go.
There's some of them we're going to spend more time on, and some of them we're just going to glaze over.
I just want to say, for Dust to Dawn, so far the impression of the set I'm getting is that it's almost built for either like a Monarch Dust Till Dawn shapeshifter seal type event, or there's a lot of PvE based cards in this set. Like it feels almost like a draft set, but not quite. And there's a lot of, as one of the well-known UK players would be calling it on Twitter, draft chaff in the set. I don't know if that's true or not, but it does feel like there's some cards that we're not getting a full picture of yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, should we go into?
We're just gonna not gonna
do
talk
it.
about it.
What's not?
Okay, here we go. Here comes the jingle.
What's hot and what's not?
Oh, that's the short version.
No one heard that.
Wasn't
this probably just a moment of silence on the podcast?
I do like that it comes up with flame emojis on the.
I like that it comes up with the bam, bam.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's just done. Anyway, welcome to What's Hot, What's Not, where we go through each of the heroes in a trashy Hello Magazine style, where we pick each hero and we literally say.
God. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the whole reason.
It was the magazine thing where you had like what's in
date
and what
that was the whole. God, how did you not know that? That's like 2 years.
No, I did. No, you just reminded me that is the origin of What's Not. That was our original, like how we're justifying this.
Yeah, exactly. So we pick a hero and we say,
what's hot or not.
Is this hot
or
is this not? There you go. Right. So as per usual, we start on the bottom, but some of them we're going to address through. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff where we're just going to wing through it because, whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Not much has changed, me.
Welcome to Rafe. Katsu.
Hey,
all right. I love Katsu is hot.
All right.
It's still hot.
I think Dishonor is still really a good card. And I know Levia now has I don't want to spoil too much, but I think Levia is pretty good.
Anyway,
and if Levia is pretty good, I think Dishonor is really good, even though Levia has ways now to turn off her hero ability through her new transformation.
No, I honestly think if you dishonor her, even with her newest form, she'll probably still doing her a massive favor.
That's a potential win. And it's not all about dishonor, but I think very aggressive. I think you can do really well. So I think Katsu is going to still be hot. I also think Dramai is going to rise up.
Whoa! Look, what are you doing? It's what's hot, what's
not.
I
got to talk about why I think Katsu is going to be hot, and that's because I think Dramai.
It's what's hot, what's not. They don't want to hear your podcast.
Okay, no, I thought this was the whole point of starting early, so we could actually talk rather than just go hot.
There is now.
We're like 27 minutes in. We've got plenty
20 heroes.
We've got so much time.
We've already been speaking. Trip. We've already been speaking for 27 minutes.
Take over then. Fine.
Simon, Katsu, what's hot, what's not?
He's hot.
Yeah,
he's my boy. I think he's still got legs in a new CC world, but with Oldham gone, that's got to be a bonus, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'll put Katsu in the hot, right? I didn't think he was actually that crazy, but he is pretty good. Still kind of fresh, but he's a good. Yeah, he got some gas last set, and he's only gotten better for people.
Keywords can Hamish drop in one sentence.
What?
How
many what?
Hamish, you say as many words as you like, because I think we should be able to talk about heroes for a reasonable length of time. Unlike Simon over here, he's just want to hurry us along. So
legs, gas, fresh.
Okay.
Oh,
Dory.
Yeah, Dory. I think.
I think she got kind of teased and diddled in this Dust Till Dawn set.
She got a bit screwed, didn't she?
She kind of
Dory.
I don't think she is hot.
Well, it was kind of. I felt like it was just her moment.
That sounds like a different film altogether. Hamish.
What, teased and diddled?
No, who's been diddling Dory?
Who's been diddling Dory? What's this like? Freddie got fingered? What's?
I'm gonna say
that is a film.
Not hot, by the way. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
not hot.
It's weird because I felt like she was going to get some real spice, and then I don't think she really got much at all.
Well, no,
really.
She got that new legendary piece that can give courage tokens, and I think maybe there is a world where courage tokens might actually potentially be a little bit more relevant for her than we first give her credit. But I am going to go.
Counter, isn't it?
I'm going to go with not hot.
I think not hot. I like the legendary too. It does take a slot that you already have quite good legendary equipment on. But
I don't know.
The courage token is really good. Like just being able to pressure like a Dawnblade for 4 on the following turn if they don't block your Dawnblade for 3 or whatever on this turn. So yeah, I quite like that.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo.
Ooh.
No, Bravo got a new tool. We should not forget the specializations that are printed in Dust Till Dawn. And I actually really liked. When I first looked at that Bravo card, I wasn't a fan, but it's the one where you block and you make seismics. I think being able to make seismics on your opponent's turn is actually quite cool.
Huge, right?
It is pretty huge.
Because then they pop immediately. It's like Balder
like
being able to make them on the opponent's turn. Right?
There is a bit of relevance to this, and I think it's might as well worth saying. We're not going to be mentioning Oldham because he has Living Legend, and I think that is actually going to potentially be bigger than this new set, more than anyone probably gives credit. So Bravo is now filling. Well, I don't know if he's even filling the shoes of Oldham.
Filling Oldham's holes.
That's what she said. But it's interesting now that because Oldham is gone, where he's kind of placed, and I don't really think it's changed too much. I don't think he's going to be going, well, I'm now going to do Oldham's job, because if he was, or maybe he will. Maybe people will just do that.
Or will he just go more aggressive because he doesn't have to worry about Oldham?
Maybe people just have to, someone has to be the wall, right? Maybe he's a new wall. It's just not as good as a wall.
Maybe.
But it's still a wall, and maybe that wall is good enough. We don't know.
I don't think Bravo is gonna be
the wall
top tier, and I think for that reason, I'm gonna say Bravo's not hot. I think the game. This is I don't know. This is
we don't know properly yet.
I think the game is moving away from Bravo, and I think Bravo needs a set of new
Bravo
stuff
hasn't kept up,
to bring Bravo back into the.
I don't know if I agree. I would say he is not hot, but I think we just don't know his potential yet, because he's been so overshadowed by Oldham to the point where Oldham was just a better Bravo. To the point Oldham was actually teasing Bravo so hard that he was just going, I'm literally running all your cards at this point, and he still won't pick you. But now that he's gone, I honestly think that he may become the wall, and people.
I'm just not sure that the wall is good enough.
Well, that's a question of whether it's good enough, because it's the best we've got. Because there's no point saying there is the Oldham wall or no wall. There has to be something.
There has to be. Doesn't mean it has to be good in the meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting. I think he's got space
gap in the meta. Then that's fine, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
Yeah. I think he's got space to maneuver now that the shadow has been lifted from his head.
I also think that this is kind of crazy again, but I think maybe. I don't know. I think there's a bit too much recursion coming out now. I'm not sure that these walls are necessarily going to be as good as they are. Like the ability, to recur cards, and have almost infinite. It's not infinite value, but some of these heroes are like say Levia. It just feels like Levia now has a lot of health and a lot of ways to recur cards from banish to grave, right? And it just feels like it's not really a.
Should we break the rules a little bit and just?
Let's not, because I want to keep the audience waiting for our full.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll stop talking about it then. Stop teasing.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Rhinar.
Bravo's not hot, by the way.
Bravo's not hot.
I think Bravo's not hot because we're too stupid to work out, and then I'm happy to be. I think he's going to be. He will be hot.
I don't think. I think we're giving our honest takes. If people want to, if people think
fine. I think he's hot. I think he's hot because I think he's got loads of tools to.
You own it.
I own it. All right, Rhinar. For a set for Brute, he got a really good headpiece. I don't care.
He did get a good headpiece.
That headpiece is crazy good. He did get that weird card, Numbskull, I think it's called, and it says if this card is in any zone, it's pitch. Basically, they printed a 2-cost strength 6, defense 3, red cost card that is it. There's nothing anyone can do at all.
Yeah, you cannot change it whatsoever.
So the card is.
It's a popper.
Well, maybe
it
can't even get blood rush bellowed. It can't gain strength.
Can't gain anything. Yeah.
Yeah. It can't lose or
if
gain.
You're playing against a Prism or a Dramai, they can't They can't play an instant to drop it down to.
No, and I don't think that happened enough for it to matter.
No.
But I then thought, what about the ice cards? Going, it costs more. And then, does it cost more?
If you got a frostbite, yeah.
Oh, but its cost doesn't change.
No, the cost on the card doesn't change. A frostbite adds. I don't know.
That's
a judge nightmare.
Yeah, it's a bit of a judge nightmare. But I think he hasn't changed. He's Rhinar. He's still Rhinar. He is.
He doesn't do enough.
I just don't think he's going to be hot at the minute because we're back in aggro meta, so he's currently back into not being.
So
hot.
The problem with Rhinar in aggro meta is that his ability doesn't do anything really against aggro decks. Right?
No, but his headpiece now does
anyway.
For one turn.
Admittedly. Yes, for one turn.
Maybe that's one turn.
His actual hero ability doesn't really affect aggro heroes that don't want to block. So,
anyway, not hot.
I don't think he's hot.
No,
he didn't really get that much in the set.
No, he didn't. That really upset me. He was he got Dorried,
right?
Yeah.
He got a legendary and a couple of M's, and it just doesn't seem that impactful to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Arcane Rising, Azalea, the new queen of Arcane Rising.
Don't know. Hot. Yeah, maybe because Oldham's gone. Maybe because she does ham on. She does ham on aggro matters.
Mm-hmm.
I think she could be hot. She's doing kind of that big dominate turn that guy like Bravo used to be able to do to really make people like with aggro have
with relevant on hits, really.
Yeah. I'm going to lean her in hot. I think she's Oldham was a shadow for a lot of heroes, and I think he was a big shadow against
Azalea.
And I think she's going to be hot. Trip?
Yeah.
Come on, Trip.
Yeah, I think she's still hot. I think she's on the cusp. I think she's still going to have an impact on the meta. I think what she's doing is still really interesting. And I think it's always really easy to get distracted by the new shiny cards and forget all the incredible cards that Azalea got last set. And now with no Oldham knocking around, I think she's in a really good place. And I think the most important thing, which is that
Red in the Ledger?
I don't think Prism is going to have the same impact that she's had in the past.
No.
And I think what I was saying for a long time is that these Rangers are having their time in the sun, and then Prism's going to come along and ruin their day. I'm not sure that's the case.
Stop! You're teasing again, Trip. You're doing the tease.
I think maybe as we're doing relatively like adventurous calls, I will actually bump Azalea into a not hot, and that's going to be mainly around my thinking that I think Dromai is going to rise up again. And I think Dromai beats Azalea.
I think Azalea is not hot because I think people have figured out how to get around her.
You've always said this though, Simon, because you always.
Yeah. Anyway, it's fine.
Azalea's
not hot.
Heroes moving out is crazy. How much shadow?
It is. Absolutely, I get that.
And Oldham is one of the biggest shadows we've had for a long time.
All right. Yeah. Previous queen of Arcane Rising, Dash.
Dash is not hot.
It's my catchphrase.
No, I'm with you, Trip. I'm with you. What's happened? Nothing.
Dash is another hero that the game has moved away from. It's just
100%.
I know you don't agree about it with Bravo, but I really feel that way about Dash.
No, I agree with you on Dash.
Did you see the spoiled non-attack action that means you can steal an item?
It's an attack.
It's a 1 cost 2 attack. You gotta it's just like, what do we get? Nothing. Here's some more gubbins against you. Wow.
And the funny thing is, you'll never run it because you'll never need to.
No.
Dash will be nowhere.
A bit like
that attack doesn't mean anything. We've got a whole rainbow of cards destroying items that no one bothers to put in because that's how irrelevant she brings. Like, she doesn't bring any real threat for you to consider to put that in.
And no one else really runs items that are that. I mean, I guess you could steal a time snap potion.
Times.
You steal Bolton's soul.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bolton's wife. That's the only. It's a meme, isn't it? Just steal his wife.
Yeah. What about you? Bolton's wife has been meeped.
Yeah.
What about you?
Kate played Bolton's wife as well. There you
go. There you go.
Vincent confirmed. Vincent is Bolton's wife. Same character.
In the underworld.
Oh no.
I think Dash is not hot.
No. Okay, we can move on. Kano. Kano's Kano. Kano's the combo Kano. It's the age old.
It's tricky because Kano goes through phases where people disrespect him so much.
We say this every single time.
I know, but it's the cycle. We're back on the cycle. So
where do we put someone that does that? Not hot.
I think for now he'll be hot for the initial meta. He'll be hot, and then people will start.
No, I don't agree.
It's hard to disagree. Yeah,
I think if anything, Kano's lost a few percentage points because the new Runeblade legendary chess piece just means that
Arcane Barrier 2
and now Briar and Viserai can just run and Vincent. I think Vincent will run Husk, but those heroes can. Don't hate running a temper chess piece.
Yeah.
And now they just have AB3 at very little cost because they're always running AB1. So I think, that's not going to be a huge impact on Caleb. It's a little bit. And he's already struggling to then lose those few little matches where that's actually going to make a difference. Bro, I just don't see it.
I'm happy to chip. And then he will go, I'm going to get you with this card. And you go, bro, I have got AB3. I'm just going to chip and chip and chip. And in the end, I'll win. I've got a weapon and you don't.
Right. Chipping against Kano is such a bad idea.
But he's never going to kill me.
The longer you give them to pitch stack. Yes, he is.
All right, well, fine. It's even then, you can still just go, well, I won't just chip, I'll just go. I can't, there's moments where you can just go.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And just do a big revel turn. Here you go. Just don't try and be too greedy, or he'll get you.
Maybe I've had too many bad experiences.
I just think it's so free now for Viserai to run the new L and Quill Hand, and then just run whatever the hell they like in the other slots, or maybe just AB Hood or something like that. And I mean, Vincent. If you think of what the loadout Vincent has against Kano now, she's probably always running the Shadow Hat with Spell Void 2. She's probably always running Hand.
Yeah.
You got the shadow. You got those new shadow hands that prevents 2.
Also, the shadow.
Yeah, the shadow hand, the shadow boots. The boots maybe.
Yeah, just go. I've got a whole load of flipping.
You could shut down like 2 Oasis. You don't. Maybe you don't need the Oasis respite. You could probably shut down 2 Wildfires just with Hat and AB3 and boots and AB3.
You can shut down 1 just without pitch, right? On Banish and.
If you wanted to,
it's the same with Bolton and Prism. They've got the counter side where you get rid of a soul, and it prevents 2. They can just sit on that.
All I'm saying is I didn't think Kano was particularly hot before, and all I can see is Kano losing percentages, so I can't give him a hot.
No. So all I'm saying is people disrespect Kano because they want to run all the new shiny aggro stuff, right?
I disrespect a lot of people.
I think Kano, I'll end it on this. Kano wants to know the meta, so he knows whether he can show up or not. When it's all freestyle, he's like, I don't know what people are going to start rocking. He could get some, but then people start getting a little bit nervous and trying to work out what it is they're going to do, and they throw in more than they need to deal with that. Anyway, so not hot. Viserai.
I'm saying hot.
Viserai. Hot. Oh.
No. Kano's hot. Viserai. I think he's had some cracking new additions.
Mm-hmm.
Like the chess piece, the specialization.
No, the specialization. I'm gonna just key this in here.
It's a one-off, but I think it's.
No, I think it's current. I think that card was built for when Rosetta was left, and we needed to have something to help with being able to sort cost curve stuff out. Right now, I feel like it's a card that you go, I could put Ninth Blade in. I hope I have these two together.
I get it. I think having Rosetta means that you use up all of your rune chance at the end of turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like a Mordred into the new Viserai spec into a Trill off of like no pitch. Pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm. That's what I meant. It's for when Rosetta's gone, so you can look at Nebula on that term. But the other one, the 1 for 3, go again. The one give the next tap +3, and it costs 1 less for each rune chant. Mate.
Pretty good,
mate. Going back for that Viserai specialization, it blocks 2, so that's what's killing it for me.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's 3 of. It's
that card. Oh my god, it doesn't take much, eh? But Rosetta isn't gone, so Viscerai's still hot. Do you think
he's hot in the meta, though?
Yeah, Rosetta's not gone.
I think Viscerai is really, really hot, and I think it's the chess piece. I think it gives you.
He's running that as a sideboard option, though. He's not
running that. He's running
that. It really helps your Katsu in your Katsu matchup so much.
Sure.
It's just 2 extra equipment block. 3 extra equipment block. I think that's so good.
I don't have to run the headpiece anymore. I don't have to run the AB headpiece anymore. That's how good. Yeah, I can just go.
Or you can run now you can run Dominion.
Are you running that over Ether Ironweave?
Matchup
in an aggro matchup?
In an aggro matchup.
Because that two resource is huge.
The thing is, Simon, it stops you from having to race, because I think now you can actually you can get probably maybe 1 extra turn in the game, and I think that allows you to put on a little bit of additional pressure that can swing the game. I really believe in that. I think someone was saying, like, give me a temper chess piece for this. I don't care about and they were like, oh, and I got the AB2 for free. Like,
yeah, but I genuinely does block one. Like, I think you've got 2 resource is huge.
I think you've got to look at the points of value those 2 resources give you, because the temper piece gives you 3 health, but you might get more points of value from the Aether Ironweave if you pop that to play the Rattle Bones, which is going to give you 1 point of value by playing it, and then another load of points of value from playing the Gloom. So that could give you like 4 or 5 in the moment.
You can block 5 now with 1 card and equipment 3 times, and that is huge against Katsu. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so important. And then no 4 times, because you do it once with your hat, once with your gloves, once with your chest, and once with your gloves and your chest. That is so big against Katsu, being able to block 4 times while keeping 3 cards or 4 cards with nuts. I think
Ancestral.
Yeah, well, Ancestral's a blowout card. Fair enough. But even against Ancestral, it means if you really have the read, you can probably make your equipment work for you, because you've got those little bits of equipment. I just think it's really big. I really do.
No, it's huge. It's more deck slots than it is just
I think people really underestimate armor in this game. Like, I really think they do. It's mad. Maybe it's just because I played Ninja so much, but like when I'm playing Ninja, I just want to get them out of armor as soon as possible, because then that's when I can play the game. It's just like,
and the more we've got,
the Viscerai fridge now is massive, and
Viscerai's biggest, strongest suit was he had the fridge. Obviously, Skeletor was a massive deal. Yeah, but
Skeletor had a big effect on it. Like,
it was huge.
But Katsu, the temper is fine. Like, that gives you an extra 2 points of block versus the Ether Ironweave, but it doesn't have an effect apart from the Arcane Barrier too.
But I don't think.
I think it's turn around going CNC. No, just here you go. Have that CNC's covered up. It's just like, oh, I remember those days where you just went, and I'll just cover this up. In fact, you could do that probably just. Yeah, you got 2 now. Anyway, we'll move on, because we could be here forever. We all agree Viscerai is actually hot, and
he got a reprieve with it. It'll be really interesting when Rosetta goes.
Let's be frank. It's not new cards. Rosetta's still here. If it's still here, Viscerai's still good. That's it. Whether or not he got that legendary headpiece or chest piece or not, we still would have all said he's hot. Anyway.
Probably,
yeah. So we will go to the Tales of Aria, where I'm not going to talk about. Should we talk about Briar? Should we? I kind of see it as a write-off at this point.
Briar getting the chess piece is kind of cool too.
She's getting 2 points from somewhere, and she's going, and I just feel like she's just going to hang around like a fart, not really do anything, and then just go. There's ProQuest. See ya.
There is one thing I want to say about Viscerai and Briar, which didn't mess for the Viscerai. There is a very good Runeblade hate card now on the Majestic slot, which is the I've got it up on my phone, Warmonger's Diplomacy, which is essentially you have to choose. You can either play or activate attacks, like weapon or attack actions, or play or activate non-attacks, and that's kind of good against both Briar and Viscerai. So
when are you playing that?
It's a blue 0 cost 3 block, so it's not a very high opportunity cost. You play it on, your turn, at the end of your turn. But like, I just want to throw that out there. That is a card that exists potentially.
If you play that against me, I would be fine.
Well, I against you as Viceroy, I think you would be fine.
Yeah.
Briar, I think Briar's a little bit against Cat. Of course, against Kazu, it's fine. Don't have any non-attacks, so
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like there are certain heroes.
I'm talking about. I literally opened this saying Briar and Viceroy. I agree with you. I think Viceroy doesn't.
No, I don't care.
Briar, I think could be impacted by this card if people are able to play. It doesn't have to go again, so it's obviously a one and done.
As a Viceroy player, I implore everyone to put that card in their deck because that will be totally fine.
Well, Simon, it's a 0 cost for 3, blue for 3 with 3 blocks. So,
but I mean, it does allow the opponent to look at the hand and choose which one they're going to choose, right?
Yeah. So it would only really work against a hero who's playing.
You might as well play Fog Down.
Oof.
Well, no, because that's
forgotten card.
Fog Down's not a 1-card play.
No, but
this is a keep it as your last card.
Oh, anyway, Briar, not hot. Maybe.
I don't know. Like, I really like.
How did we get on to Briar?
Because we moved up. Oh,
Tails.
Oh wait, are we on Tails? Why are you talking about Tails?
You just said we're going to talk about Tails.
We should really leave the Bolton and Levia to last.
All right, fine.
Oh, we missed Monarch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, why have we skipped one?
Because the two good.
We're saving that for last.
We're saving that for last.
I get it now. Okay.
Oh my god, we're 51 minutes in. Let's
okay, we'll speed it up.
Yeah.
I think Briar is not hot.
Not hot.
I really
like I said, fart in the wind. She'll get 1 progress win and she'll be out. You know, no one. She's outstayed her welcome at this point.
I think she'll get a Nationals win. I think some random National she's going to win.
Chocolate bar bet.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
It will be Ireland. I guarantee you, Ireland, Briar will win.
They've got some strong Runeblood players.
If you've ever watched the Baz meta report,
oh yeah, they do like their Briar. Okay, maybe they're Nationals.
Next up, Lexi.
Lexi is hot.
She's the aggro hero.
I mean, she's got to be hot.
Yeah, she's.
If Katsu's hot, Lexi has to be hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like everyone is still looking at these new heroes now and going, but does this beat Lexi? That's the question.
That's the mark. Yeah.
So if you are the mark,
even though she doesn't convert her top 8s into wins, she does form a large part of the meta, and she's pretty hot.
Yeah, she did, but she generated a hell of a lot of Lisbon Legends points on the Road to Nationals. Not as much as Oldham, mind you, but you know.
Okay, Oldham will skip.
He's gone! Hooray!
The witch is dead. What's after Tails?
It is Uprising.
Uprising, sorry. Yeah. Dynasty was a bit in between. Everfest and Dynasty.
Oh yeah, we should really mention Arachne's not hot. Right. Can we all just say Arachne's not hot?
Yeah.
Simon? Okay, cool. Right.
I mean, it's just not like. Also, it creeps me out when other people have to touch my cards.
You're copying Trip now. Stop copying his homework.
No, I'd rather pick up my card and show them and get them to ask me than let them touch my cards.
Okay.
It's not hot. Fi is not hot.
Nah, not really.
Fi is hot. I think Fi's hot.
Fi is. I think we've reached Fi's ceiling.
Rise up?
No,
I think going to rise up.
I think we've reached Fi's ceiling.
Is he going to reach a breaking point?
No, I think.
Oh, shut up, Simon.
This is purely based on my Dromai theory. I think Dromai is really, really good. I think Fi is going to beat Dromai, and I think there's no Oldham anymore. And I mean, Icelander just doesn't seem to exist anymore.
No,
I'm not really entirely sure what happened, but Oldham was really hard for Fi. I think Fi is going to feed off Dromai, and I think Fi is going to be really, really good.
I think it's
Fi
really.
Into Lexi, though?
I think you can win it. It's just like a Katsu. You can definitely win it, and you have a lot of luck.
I think that Fi is not hot. I think that Fi is literally the floor and the ceiling are now at we've reached the point now where I just don't think he is ever going to be any better than wherever he is, but he's never going to be worse than where he is. He is the bar of aggro. You can surpass him.
He has a high floor and a low ceiling.
Yeah. So if you're not doing as good as Fi, don't bother.
Yeah.
And you know what's on? And guys, do you know what's on the ceiling? There's this little attic, and on that attic, it's got Drumeyes face, and you go right up,
just through the ceiling,
just by beating Drumeyes.
Yeah. Okay.
That is it. That is my That is my theory.
Yeah. All right. So Drum Eye's good.
The fire comes out. Ceiling, but there's a Drum Eye shaped hole that you can just dive through occasionally when Drum Eye rises up, and then you just beat a million Drum Eye.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
The best day ever.
And I think that's where he is, and I think that's deliberate. I think he's deliberately designed that way. He's very good.
He's consistent.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's beat stick. He's red line beat stick, and people will forget, and he'll show up and kick some ass. But then they'll go, "Oh, hang on, this is what you do," and he goes, "Oh, I've lost." So
okay,
right.
So not hot.
Not hot.
I think it's hot.
Drum Eye?
Hot.
Drum Eye is hot.
Yeah.
For the reason.
Yeah. Drum Eye is the best illusionist in the game.
Yep, and she got this insane new card.
Oh, it's bonkers.
I think it's just gonna.
Oh, I was gonna say not hot, and then I remember that.
Yeah,
card.
You saw that card. Because let's have a look at your hand. No, you're not getting that one, mate.
Yeah, you're not having that.
Yeah, all right. Oh, thanks a bunch.
But it's only 3 of, so.
It's they run Remembrance, for God's sake. You know,
I'm gonna say not hot just to be antagonistic.
Okay, so you got no facts. Just say it. Okay.
Correct, not hot.
Okay, she's hot. Next is Icelander.
Not hot.
I still don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
She just disappeared one day, and I'm not entirely sure why.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it was Lexi's fault. Maybe Oldhim again. Oldhim was a big shadow of a lot of people, and now we can turn around as Icelander and go, okay, this really incredibly slow hero is gone. Can I start looking at how to bully people in different ways? I will say that hypothermia was real, and that's now gone, and so is the amulet of ice. That was also very real. So aggro heroes have got more legs into her. I will say currently, just again, I think she's in the world of Bravo. There's a lot to explore, so I'm going to put her in the realm of potential hotness.
We don't do potentials here, Hamish. We do hot or not hot.
She's hot. I think she could be. She could be hot. It's too early. I'm going to go hot.
I'm going to say not hot.
That's an easy move to say.
Let's watch the ban lists for the next.
Yeah, it'll probably be on right now.
Yeah, we're due one very soon.
Okay, that's surprising. So
uprising.
Outsiders. Let's do Riptide. Oh, Azuri. All right, yeah, Azuri. Sod it.
Hot.
Yeah, go on. I'll say she's hot.
I think she's hot.
She beats Lexi, right?
She beats Lexi hands down.
Yeah, and she really didn't. Well, she loses if Dromai's a real meta. I think it's going to be real rough for her.
I don't think she does that well against Fi and Katsu either.
I will say this: what's on, what's not is incredibly flawed, everyone, because Flesh and Blood is extremely complex, and there's lots of different categories of when people are relevant or not. And this new meta is, I don't know.
I'm going to say Azuri's not hot.
That's what you should say to everyone, unless you're Lexi or Dromai at this point. But I'll say she's hot because I think she slaps about one of the hardest aggro metas in the game.
Weird, isn't it? Yeah, she should be hot, but I'm just not sure.
Weird, isn't it? She should be hot, but I'm not having it.
Okay,
yeah, he's doing a Simon. I'm just going to say no because fuck it. No facts. What about you, Simon?
What, Azuri?
Yeah.
She's hot.
Okay, cool. Riptide? Not hot.
Not hot.
No, sorry, bro. Cool.
Cool. Dead in the water.
Well, no, he's not the worst. Or is he now the worst? Nah, Arachne's worse. So Arachne's the worst.
No, he's not the worst.
No, he's not the worst. He's pretty alright. He just gets overshadowed by better rangers. Who else? Is that it? That was it for Outsiders.
Azalea and Katsu we've done.
Yeah.
Monarch.
All right. Monarch.
Okay. Can we?
Okay, let's start
with Bolton.
Sure.
Because let's be clear. Levia's Levia's a complete topic.
We'll get to Levia.
I know. I'm just saying it's a complete topic.
Bolton, then. Okay, Bolton. I think personally, in my honest opinion,
not hot.
No, I think he's got a lot hotter than people imagine.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think he's actually smoking hot, and when someone cracks the deck and the card distribution that needs to be in that, he is going to be insane to stop. Because do you know what? I know Hamish is a Raiden fan, but Saber's Bolton is incredibly hard to stop if they get the combo off. But now they have extra cards.
No, they don't.
What?
They didn't get Saber's Bolton didn't get nothing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking about Saber's Bolton specifically. I'm just saying Saber's Bolton is really hard to stop, right?
Yeah.
But Raid and Bolton has got extra cards to make it more consistent than it was previously. And now, charging your soul is not a wasted card every time.
No.
You're going to get things back from charging your soul.
Yeah. And Luminar Lance is a thing.
Yeah, Luminar Lance is really good.
Luminar Lance is a thing. And I know, and what you know what's even bigger than that? The courage tokens. Do you know how much that smooths out so much stuff? It's cracked, mate.
The fact that works on attack actions is insane.
Yeah, and weapons.
I was convinced it would be weapons only. The fact it works on attack actions is huge.
I will say, this is the first time ever that I got something bullseye spot on prediction, right? Because this was getting brought up, and I was dying adamantly on the hill of it is going to be a rune chant kind of effect where the next attack will get +1. That's it. And that's all you need. And it's exactly what it is. I don't know why they worded it as the next attack or weapon activation. I don't know why they just don't say the next attack. Because doesn't that apply to the same thing?
Maybe allies. Maybe allies. No.
Oh, maybe allies. All right. Okay, that makes total sense now.
Doesn't make any. I don't know. Anyway, I also think Bolton is hot.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I think Bolton is going to be, and I actually think it's going to be Hamish's Raiden build.
Oh,
not
it is.
Hamish's specifically.
No.
I think it's going to be Raiden.
Absolutely.
Bolton.
But I
think
love
it's actually good.
I love the fact that Bolton is now. I actually honestly feel that Bolton has become this toolbox hero, and I pray, and I'm just kind of hoping that because Raiden is now real, Sabers is a thing, but it's like Simon said, it's consistent enough to actually win you some games. I am throwing this one out there, and I don't think it's going to be mega. It's probably not the best version, but I'm hoping people actually turn around and look at a bit more of an attack reaction Axis version. And that's purely because of the Via the Valor, where we now finally have an aura.
Valor and Spill Blood.
Yeah, sort of V for Valor is really weird and awkward, where it's an aura hanging around.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's the first time we can actually charge cards without playing attack action cards that are forcing me to do that, as well as Prayer of Bologna, where your next attack gets +2 and you can just charge a card. So you can have loads of reactions.
If you come in with an attack and you've got V for Valor on the board, if they then block with an attack action card and you react, you don't just get the +3 because you've charged
get the +1 as well.
You get +1 as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like, ooh, okay, and then you can always get the go again. That go again card is, you know what I mean. And then we can look at Valiant Dynamos. We can now look at the chest that if you block with this chest, you get a charge. It actually becomes a really grindy.
As I say, when someone figures out the right version of Bolton to play, it's going to be ridiculous.
I think it'll just be fun if they're all very decent and everyone goes, which Bolton are you?
I just wish the new Warrior Arms worked on Axis.
Oh my god!
And I think that's what's going to stop that Axis deck, because that's like just such a good source of courage tokens. Just pay 1 if it hits, get a courage token. It's just such a good engine.
Yeah,
and it's just, why does that not work on Axis?
It does.
But you just run.
No, it doesn't. It's sword attacks only for
no,
but you just run Gallantry Gold for that, surely.
But
it's not the same.
It's so good with being able to once per turn pay 1 to maybe get a courage token off a sword hit, and it's
maybe they could be the Sabers.
Maybe it's Sabers.
Maybe it's not the combo.
It's not combo. Yeah,
you just actually go, is this Sabers combo based on, do you see snaps? And if you don't see snaps and you see Valiant Dynamo, you go, oh, this could be actually a more grindy matchup.
I just play it like Kasai in Blitz, but maybe
I
don't know. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Bolton is hot too. We need to wrap.
We do need to wrap up, and unfortunately, we're coming to the juggernaut of the whole thing. Oh god, we still got two more heroes. Oh.
Got Vincent as well.
Okay, well, let's do them then. All right, Prism. Because if you just do Prism, I don't think she's hot.
I don't think New Prism is hot.
No,
I think it's not quite all there. Like I'm not getting it. I don't understand with like this ward stuff, and it's like there's so many heroes that now have a way to just kill all the wards, and a lot of them are already quite, like Katsu can do it if he really wants to, and Fi can do it, and even Dory can do it.
And I guess Christ Almighty
can do it. And
yeah.
In many ways, I think Vincent is actually going to suffer because I don't think Prism is going to be that big, and I think Vincent would have liked to have preyed on Prism. So
Prism.
I'm going to say not hot for Prism.
Simon,
which we make combat spiders, but
okay. I'm going to try and make this quick. I agree with Trip that I haven't figured it out yet, but I think there are enough tools there to make Prism hot, and I don't think they've overcompensated dropping her life to 32. I think she's hot, and I think she will be more aggro than people expect.
Yeah.
I think she's in the same boat. I agree with Simon. Kind of like Icelander and Bravo, where there is some real room to explore where these heroes sit and where they navigate going forward. But at the minute, I'm really just not sensing it. But I'm absolutely happy and feel that I will be wrong. But currently, right now, I don't think she's hot.
Okay,
Vincent. Oh, weird one. I'm just gonna. I think I don't really know. That's a real wide one. I'm gonna say she's hot.
I don't know. I'm gonna say she is hot, and it's mainly because she's voiced by my lovely wife.
Yeah. That's the best take ever. Complex
so I could give
Kate smiling over in the corner.
Yay!
So I could give almost the exact same answer I just gave for Prism for Vincent. I don't really know what the best way to play this hero is. I know she's meant to be an Iron Maiden. She looks more like a control hero in times, and then other cards get released, and it's like, oh, she has an offhand now that can make an eloquence token. She has certain non-attack actions that can go crazy if they've got go again. And she can play cards from Banish Zone. Like, she has tools. I just need to sit down and figure out what they're going to do.
I think she'll be hot. But do you think she's going to be hot?
Going to be not hot for the initial meta.
Hang on, you just did an opposite. You just did the same thing as Prism and gave Prism hot, and then him
not that one out.
Okay, fine, yeah. Too soon to tell, but there's your first picks.
My reasoning is I think Prism is going to go aggro, and people love aggro early meta. Vincent will be better as a more mid-range control hero, so she'll come good in about 2 months.
I think we'll get a list for Vincent, and I think it will be really, really good.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna show up and be like, "Oh, this is cracked."
There's so much stuff you can do, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but there's a line where when you have control of your banishes, you can build the perfect hand to win the game by just making your banish zone be what you want to play to win the game, and you have to do that, and you have to manage your life total in a way that I can see with Vincent, it's going to be you have 1 health left, you've got everything set up, and you just delete the opponent. I really think at the highest levels, Vincent is going to be a pure combo deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Uses their life as every bit of their life they can, taking blood debt damage every turn, setting up something, and then using that to do an insane amount of damage in one turn and just win the game. And I think that's how it's going to be.
Okay.
Fair enough. Okay. I've got my point, but we'll move on to the juggernaut of Levia. Whatever.
Well, Levia is terrible, right? We all know that.
Yeah, Levia's dog shit. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for the podcast. No, dude, come on.
She's good. She's going to be good. They've given her everything she wanted, right? Like, and she's 56 health hero. She's got Husk. She's got gain 7 life, right? Is that 56 health? I have no idea. 53 health.
Well, yeah. She's just gain 8.
The headlines, yes. She can add 6 life from Husk, and she can add. She can jump back up to 8 life potentially from 1. With Levia redeemed, right? But the maths isn't quite that simple because you'll be taking blood debt from the Husk for every turn that it's in.
No, you won't, because it's
right. Well, not every turn. You'll be taking blood debt for a few turns before you drop down or get enough cards in blood debt to then go to Levia redeemed, right? So there's going to be some weird interactions here. What I will say is she's got some fantastic new cards and play lines, as we've seen with the Slithering Shadowpede. You might have seen it on our channel already.
S tier card.
S tier card, as rated by
good
Manson.
card. It's above rate, and you can play it as just a 1 for 6, or you can combo it with a card with Go Again that banishes from hand into your banish zone, and then go crazy, right? So there are new lines of play for Levia. I think she's going to be much more aggressive than we've seen before. And she was showing signs of a revival in a big events for the last couple of months. So I think she's hot. But again, someone's going to refine a list that's going to take the world by storm within the next month. And you're just going to be like, wow, that's amazing.
Go on, Trip.
I just think I think she's really, really good. And I honestly think our card is actually playing a big part of that. I just think you can just do dirty chain stuff with Art of War now. Like you banish a card that you can play, and it's like, and you want to banish a card because you're Levia. You've got a 1 cost for 6. You do Art of War, Go Again, banish, draw 2, but it's banished, draw 3, or it's like, you're not losing a card because you can play that card, and I just think it's going to be really, really good. And I think you're going to do some cool stuff. I mean, some of the stuff people are talking about with like recursion and just having basically an infinite deck, because you don't have to worry about dying anymore because you can turn your blood debt off forever. And like, obviously you'll be milling your deck, but that you play out the blood debt or you're sensible about it. Hamish, what do you think? But I just think she's going to be incredibly good.
Pretty crazy, man. Yeah, it's just hot as shit. Like, thematically,
it's not hot.
No, she's crap. No, she thematically, competitively, she's really hot. And it's just by seeing it initially, I think I would say I agree with Trip that the Slithering Shadowpede card is definitely like one of those S tier attacks. But let's not kid ourselves at the actual hero thing. The hero thing is just
it's insane.
It's completely. I thought seeing quivers on Rangers was like, well, this is huge. This is actually genuinely quite huge. They just turn around.
Hero.
Yeah, now we've got a transformative hero that is just like we've got 2 different decks. In fact, we've got probably 3 different decks.
Yeah.
And I think one of them rise to the top, but I think Livia's now become a really big toolbox hero, like Guardian now, where she can actually turn around.
Every time you say that term, by the way, I can't get the Jukebox Hero song out of my head.
Which one? Sing it.
You gotta sing it, Simon. I don't know the song.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Come on, you're a voice actor now.
We don't have time.
No, anyway, yeah. So she's incredibly cool, incredibly good. I haven't made up a deck list as to why she's good, but you can just see there's lots of lines in there, and it's really cool that our card is part of that process with like Trip was mentioning all its case uses. So
it's also just fantastic design space for the game. Like, this is what I want. I want this sort of stuff. Like transforming heroes. I think it's so cool. I want to see Prism transforming into some weird thing. I want to see like.
I don't think all the heroes. I think it's going to
become something like so good.
So can I end this whole thing? This what's hot, what's not. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to end it on this. The Prism and Vincent reveal was a classic, but look at this shiny new car. And everyone goes, "Oh, right, cool. It looks really nice, doesn't it?" He goes, "Yeah." And then you go, "But let me show you what's under the bonnet." And this is like this. It's got a V8 engine in it. Like, whoa, what the hell? And that's Levia. That's Levia. It's like, Jesus Christ. These things are cool and all, but or like Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Look at the sky, everyone. Look at all the sky. Look at all this cool sky thing you're going to do. And you play the game and you go, what's down there? Oh, just an entire map called the Depths. What?
Yeah.
It's even bigger than we
thanks for
thought.
ruining it for me.
Oh,
Jeez.
It's like Elden Ring, isn't it? It's like you're like, wow, I'm really excited about this, and then you're like, oh my god, this game is
huge. Why did they told us about nothing? And that's Levia. And that's and you know what I honestly think? I think everyone was going, look at Prism. The Prism's everyone's heroes coming back. This is like the Empire Strikes Back of the whole set of where everyone goes, oh, wait, Prism's not good. No, Levia was the one that is really good. And was like, no, God, they're getting their ass kicked. I'm like, yeah, the baddies are winning.
And I want everyone, when you're playing Levia at Nationals, because it's the tier 1 deck, when you transform into Blasphemer Levia consumes, I want you to play Hamish's voice in your head as he screams. that was really weak.
That was weak. I can't do it. I hope you realise.
I teed you up so well.
You did. I can't do it. My kids are asleep. You didn't realise no one was in the house. I had a load of milkshake.
Well,
and I just went
play the promo video out loud when you do it. And the
LSS one.
Yeah. Guys, we got to wrap it up.
Fun fact, I was also in Ethan's video as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Thank you for enjoying our podcast as always. Please check out our firstly, check out the promo video on Legends Flesh and Blood YouTube channel, the official Flesh and Blood YouTube channel, to check out Hamish's work, Kate's voice, and
the Vinset one. The
Vinset one, and come to Push the Point to check out our spoiler video. But I hope you enjoyed this What's Hot, What's Not, and we will see you at the next one.
Oh, like and subscribe.
No, you don't want to say that anymore, Simon. Do you remember we said we're not going to say that because saying like and subscribe doesn't work anymore?
I'm winding you up. Come on.
Just go to the channel and watch some of our videos.
Yeah, that'll be great.
That's all we want.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.